Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Made another
Tasty chop suey.
Should I save this?
Hi, Catherine! It's us! Any new commissions?
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two. Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the Adventurers Guild can spare some manpower.
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome! We're good at that!
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle Dai.
I am indeed. Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned by the guild.
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers at that, I'll wager.
Right again! You're pretty perceptive!
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Dai can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo-woo! That's why we're here! Now there's someone else taking a cut?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very
Do you think we're not up to the job?
just a last time. Besides, I'd go as far.
You're a fool.
Oh?
Because Tevet's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend. Ha-ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Paimon bets Zhang Li is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhang Li, there you are!
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you. Do you have time?
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands geology and ore. Take a look around. Is there anyone in Tevat more qualified? The requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word of it. Nobody understands rocks better than you.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my behalf.
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Dai doesn't know what he's talking about. Paimon just wants to enlighten him.
I see. Well, then it will be my pleasure to accompany you.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert, I look forward to broadening my...
Stop being so modish. Well, we got him. Let's head back to Uncle... Uncle Dai.
Oh, and this must be the friend you spoke of?
Yep. Paimon doesn't know who your rock expert is, but he's got nothing on our guy.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I do have a claim to some experience in this.
Uh-huh, so you say. Wait till my guy gets here, then we'll see. It's no use me singing his praises. You'll have to see for yourself.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kun-jun. Young Kun, these are two adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman...
Huh?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhang Li. I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents. I had no idea I'd be meeting you in person.
I am sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I would...
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhang Li wins, he's the assistant. If Zhang Li...
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk.
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kun-jun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when he saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed...
Huh? How could you forget something like that?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions.
So, do you have a poor memory?
Not exactly. Anyway, Mr. Zhang Li, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption.
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. This purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hit...
Such a detailed description. Almost like you saw it. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you? After all, we haven't even...
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after.
Well, if Zhang Li says so,
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhang Li. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhang Li not to join us.
Very well. There is strength in number. This is where the incident occurred. 6 days, I led a team of...
So 4
Yes.
workers in...
Huh.
Underground.
We'll need to explore the site ourselves.
Very well.
So strange. How could the four of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts. One. Huh. These must be
The 4 of them have been gone.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some
Items for washing one's face.
So, they didn't take...
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday...
Huh. Why would...
1, they were working, or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supply.
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to... Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues. Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore.
Or...
Let's find out. Okay.
Looks like he's concentrating.
I see.
A child?
I'm...
Also, how did you...
Oh, I don't mean... I can...
Huh?
Perceive?
You mean
I've always said...
amazing? So
It depends on the ore. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and in...
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability indeed. It was prudent of Uncle Dai to recruit you, Mr.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw, I believe they...
This will take us north, away from the mine.
north. Another clue?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, I don't know what happened. I stayed behind. I ended up maybe...
So the men... Perhaps an...
What is an Found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Dai.
You're back.
We found 3 clues. First, there are 4
Forced to?
who indeed... Those who kept...
Now that you mention it, could someone have entered...
This leads me to...
A child?
Unlikely as it sounds.
Where did they go?
We believe that they...
North. Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been
Not so...
You're right. There are only a few. In the meantime...
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men will get going.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at the...
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues.
Wait.
Huh? Oh, yeah! Where's Kunju? Kunjun, what are you searching?
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for...
Dragonfall. Dragonfall is often used in forge.
I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very... In fact, I've been feeling extremely...
Oh, Paimon knows.
I don't even know where to start with it. It sounded so familiar to me. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember.
I see.
Really?
Think nothing of.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the
Great! Let's have a look. Wait! There are tracks here! These must have been left.
Let us make a...
Hey! Footprints!
It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass.
If we follow their footprints... Oh no! The footprints end here!
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
Yahoo! Incoming! Don't blink! Hey! Hi there!
A mine?
Hello!
Stop bothering.
Jeez, whatever.
It must have been.
Yeah,
4 or 5 days ago.
It was so strange.
Huh.
I caught it.
And
Yes.
let's go after. More footprints. There's a person over there.
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first. Ask questions later.
Think you can get away?
A minor?
Yeah, Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for I was in...
I think that's all we needed to...
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going.
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for Nantianmen.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon nearly forgot about our secret weapon!
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone...
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise from Mr. Zhongli is high praise indeed.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass.
You think so? It feels like we're cracking a criminal...
Be that as it may, 4 fully grown...
Oh,
That's not all. We have encountered many...
Great! No
I left a mark in the vicinity.
clever thinking. A classic Hey! Over here on the ground!
There's a basket lying here, too.
Hey!
Judging by his appearance,
Should we wake up?
I can...
Sounds like he's whispering.
there's a camp nearby.
How is he? He won't die, right?
He's worked himself into a stupor.
Paimon heard him talking about digging for something.
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something... Are these... Orf? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the
How he came to be here,
So he was kidnapped. But if they didn't need him, why bring him up?
unless something happened.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory. I have something for you.
What is it?
Something for us?
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is extraordinarily rare.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors.
But of course, and this one is for Mr. Zhongli. Huh? Is something wrong? Not to your liking?
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the current circumstances. But thank you. I will take good care of it.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that... Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
You sure like rocks, huh?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. Oh, however, there is something I wanted to
Huh? What's with the series?
Traveler, does Dragonfall mean anything to you?
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments.
Elemental reactions can produce material objects?
Indeed they can. However, only a Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental... And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between. Relatively Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore that has long...
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, surely he knows all of... Weird. Paimon...
There are those in the mining trade who retain a key...
Ulterior motives?
A conclusion that is presently in... Don't forget, rescuing the... We're drawing closer to our goal. When you're well read, we should ensure...
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent past.
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful
That makes sense. It is this...
Indeed. Let's get... Wow. Such an immense tree.
And there's so many mysterious-looking crystals up there, too. Amazing!
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section. All right, then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh! This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's not...
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree? If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway...
Oh.
When has Paimon... Wait a minute.
All of you.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from... Quick, let's go...
This has been newly dug. It would appear...
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel?
Compose yourselves. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
Huh? That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal, What do we do? We can't hurt them. What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ashtaha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine. The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Watch out!
Allow me.
You've recovered. How can that...
Focus your efforts, Morax.
Rise! Gather!
Fisher!
Quake! Solidify!
From rock to dust. Sooner or later. There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Solidify!
With sword comes shadow.
Rise! Solidify!
Fisher! The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Wow. Wheel of life. Oh.
Shifting sands know not of the mountain's permanence. Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be. Order guide you. Crumble!
Hey!
Let's light it up!
Rise.
Crumble!
Time for takeoff. Off we go! Adventure time!
Quake! Gather!
The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Stabilize!
Wheel of Life.
I'm going in!
From rock to dust!
This is order.
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Don't blink!
Gather! Stabilize!
Hey! Cut to the chase!
Rise!
The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Life goes on. Yeah, wow. Oh.
Gather!
Incoming! Hey!
Shifting sands know not the mountain's
Quake!
permanence. Fisher!
Solidify!
There is no trouble. 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunju?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Azhdaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, Traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities.
So there are two Azhdahas?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But that's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was—
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would—
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when it's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity. And
there would be no harm in it.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his Azhdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mock erosion, made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion. But it was futile. Everything returned, and so we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No. No!
I am the remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness.
No! It is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not swear.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory, all powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as... Strange.
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I'm in the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe!
The little girl vanished!
Are you satisfied, Azhdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun.
Your power is nearly spent.
Perceptive as always.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and...
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed. We found Mao in a tent at the camps. Huh?
Nothing.
Cave.
They're exhausted, but...
So you're...
That's right.
Can I come with...
No problem.
Kunjun, we should be calling you...
Not I. Merely this body, once I'm gone.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind. Yet they're
Azhdaha. I am no longer the Geo Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground. That's unimportant. You may live forever.
I do not pretend to
Were it not
You've brought us
that day in
a heart of stone.
you chose.
The movements of...
Hence, do not forget that I was the old friend.
Thank you, Ashtaha.
My life is at an end. I will join the eternal flow of time.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Whoa. That was so weird.
In fact, we have yet... He was. Centuries may have passed since then.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient Geo life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ashtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds!
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Ashtaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ashtaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, he was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may cut, personally sealing away an old friend. This is people abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me, but I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries.
Oh? About what?
Oh yeah, Paimon nearly forgot. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Khaenri'ah and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely...
I cannot say.
Why? thread of information? This is...
I understand. But I must apologize.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Ejdah? Too painful to...
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I can't...
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues. There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time, forgotten by the people. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into... Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly...
You